You don't need to quit your job to start building your business. In fact, quitting might be the worst first move you can make. You've probably been told, take the leap, to bet on yourself. But let's be honest, when you have a mortgage, a family, and a career you'd work hard to build, that kind of advice isn't just unhelpful, it's unrealistic. If you're a smart, ambitious woman in corporate who's quietly wondering, is this all there is? This episode is for you. Because today I'm going to show you that you can build your business while working full-time without burning out, blowing up your security, or risking everything you've built. You don't have to choose between stability and freedom. You can use your 9-to-5 as the funding, the training, and the runway for your next chapter. Let's talk about how to keep your salary and still build your future.
Hey, I'm Ayana. If you're new here, welcome. I spent my career taking business ideas from concept to launch inside Fortune 500 companies, and now I help women like you do it for yourselves. Here's what I know about you. You're good at what you do, you've climbed the ladder, you've mastered the meetings, the metrics, the deliverables, and yet you still feel stuck. You want something more meaningful, something that's yours, but you don't want to throw away your stability to figure it out. That's where most women get stuck, not because they're scared of hard work, but because they've been trained to believe you can't do two things at once. I'm here to tell you you can, especially if you do it strategically. Let's reframe this right now. Your job isn't your obstacle, it's your advantage. Your corporate salary gives you the runway most entrepreneurs dream of. Your benefits give you the security to take smart risks, and your network? It's full of potential customers and partners who already trust your credibility. This is exactly how billion-dollar companies launch new products. They don't gamble, they validate. They use existing resources to test new ideas before going all in. You are your own R&D department. You are your own incubator. You already have everything you need to start right where you are. One of my clients didn't quit her MBA-level corporate job to start her business. She built her coaching practice to $300 an hour sessions while still being employed. That's not luck, that's strategy.
Now let's talk about the real risk, waiting. Every month you stay stuck in another month feeling unfulfilled. Every time you tell yourself maybe next quarter, you're teaching your nervous system to settle. And here's what my research found. Women might be afraid of the unknown, but they know they will regret not starting. One woman told me, if I don't do something soon, I'll end up in the hospital again from burnout. And another said, I'll regret that I didn't even try. That's the cost of doing nothing. Not failure, not risk, just plain old regret.
Here's how to start building strategically while keeping your job, using the same model big companies use to test new ventures. Phase 1 is strategic validation. Do this for 30 days only. Test your idea with real people in your network. Don't get stuck here. Set a goal for how many people to talk to and go after it like a KPI from your boss. Ask questions, get real data, validate demand before you build anything. One yes is all you need to move forward. Phase 2 is minimum viable product, or MVP. For the next 60 days, create the simplest version of your product or service and test it. Deliver it to early customers, collect feedback, and improve bit by bit. You're not chasing perfect here, you're chasing proof that what you want to do makes sense. Phase 3 is revenue validation. Build your first repeatable process for generating income. Get paid. How are you going to sell this thing? Is it going to be a pop-up, the farmer's market, a workshop? Try a few things and improve each time. Collect testimonials, track your results, and measure the momentum. This is where you start to see what's real and not theoretical. Notice how at no point did I say, quit your job, or even write your resignation letter, because your job is what makes this possible. In another video, I talk about how to manage your time so that you can handle a 9-to-5 and build your future at the same time. I'll leave the link in the comments. So let's say you've validated your idea, you've got real customers, repeatable income, and you're starting to see proof that this can work. Now what? This is where most people panic and make the wrong move. They either quit too soon out of excitement or they stay too long out of fear. That's why I teach something called the scale decision point. It's the 4 to 6 month mark where you zoom out and look at your business like a CEO, not an employee. This is your baseline for peace of mind. Ask yourself, what's the minimum monthly revenue I'd need to cover my core expenses? Bills, childcare, savings, and a little breathing room. That number becomes your freedom number. It's not your dream salary, it's your launch runway. Once your business consistently earns near that amount for a few months, you have data, not dreams, to guide your next decision. Step 2 is assessing your business viability versus projections. Look at your actual numbers. How close are you to hitting consistent monthly revenue? What's your customer feedback telling you about demand? Where are your bottlenecks in the process? This is your mini performance review with yourself. This time, you're both the manager and the investment. At this stage, you can forecast with more confidence because you've seen real traction. You've been doing the work, not just ideas on paper or in your Canva account. Step 3, make a strategic transition plan. Now that you've got data, not emotion, driving your next move, you can choose your bridge strategy. Because quitting your job doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be a series of smart, calculated moves. Not every exit looks the same, and you can choose the bridge that fits your lifestyle, your responsibilities, and your energy.
I love that I get to share this because I know light bulbs are about to go off for someone when we talk about these transition options. Why quitting with no plan is people's idea of entrepreneurship, I have no idea. Here are a few transition options to consider. The dual path. Stay a part-time employee while scaling your business part-time. This works great for women who value stability and want to double their income before they double their risk. It gives you something to fall back on so that you can reduce that anxiety as you build. The consultant bridge. Transition your 9-to-5 into a contract or fractional work. That gives you both income and flexibility while you scale your offers. And you can do this where you are or go to a competitor, go to another company doing exactly what you're doing now, but on a contract basis that you can control. The strategic sabbatical. If you've earned PTO or savings, take 3 to 6 months to go all in and accelerate your growth. Use that focus time to validate your next stage before returning or exiting fully. Then we have the full transition. When your business revenue consistently matches or nearly replaces your salary for 3 to 6 months, that's your clear signal to step out with data-backed confidence and not blind faith. And then there's the hidden option where companies are contracting and layoffs are happening. You might lose your job when you're not ready. But as you're building your business, you're starting to have that second option to be able to move to. And then you can also consider these other transitions where you might want to get a part-time job or you might want to look for something that's contractual if you need that added stability. If you've heard nothing else today, please hear this. You don't have to blow up your life to build your dream. You just need to start. Your corporate career gave you discipline, structure, and strategic thinking, the same traits that make founders succeed. Now it's time to use them for yourself. And if you want help building that bridge strategically, not emotionally, join the Launch League. It's free, and it's where corporate women like you come to figure out what's next together. You'll get my weekly launch letters, private invites to strategy sessions, and step-by-step guidance to move from overthinking to ownership. You don't need to quit to start. You just need to decide that this chapter isn't your final one. I'm Ayana. I spent my career taking ideas from concept to launch inside Fortune 500 companies. Now I help women use those same proven frameworks to build businesses and lives they've only imagined. Subscribe, join the Launch League, and let's get you promoted to founder.